Hello and welcome to my latest video, and it's just a run through and a bit of an informative video about brushes and paints for figure and detail painting, and it's mostly showing what's available. A lot of people just think a brush is a brush, and it's not so. And again, with paints, there's different paints for different jobs, and etc, etc, different styles of paints. Anyway, for a start off, when you're doing figure painting or most painting, it's advised to have a primer. In figure cases, it's good to use a black primer, matte black to be precise. Various reasons, but it is good because in a later stage, as will be shown soon, any second, you can use zenithal highlights, which is basically the term means where the sun is at its highest, which shows in this, which you can spray with an airbrush, and it's top down, so it gives an effect of where light is hitting it and what's in the shade. So when you use clear types of paint after, it has a white priming at the top or base coat and the dark area where it's in the shadow. So if you're using opaque colour or slightly clear, it'll give you the areas of light and dark in that colour. Anyway, here's a mixture of paints suitable for figure painting. Just about any paint suitable, really. I use acrylics, but you can use umbral, oil paints, etc. Like, if you can get it on a brush and use it, it's usable, really. No hard or fast rules. Mainly I use Citadel colours, Vallejo. I'll use Tamiya. I'm not as keen on the Tamiya because they like a spirit based and it evaporates fast, so I prefer the water based acrylics for actual brush painting. Anyway, here in this first picture, they were actually already black as they were a set of printed to whatever they call it, this new printing, I think it's resin printing or whatever. Figures, I bought them off eBay, and tremendous detail on them. They're outstanding figures, to be honest, brilliant sculpts. They're in 1/64th scale, and they'll be getting used for poses with me cars once I've done builds, etc. Certainly for the 1/64th ones like Matchbox. Anyhow, here's a brief rundown of brushes. Most of these we won't use. The main ones we'll use are a round, a flat and a rigger. The others could be used, but nowhere near as much. Round is for detail painting. Flat gives you better paint finishes on flat areas, such as if you were making a model aircraft and you had large flat areas. The flat gives a decent paint finish. The bright one we wouldn't use, fill but not particularly. A fan brushes for blending, but riggers for fine lines. Here you have different sizes of rounds and flats. from large flats down to small flats, and from small rounds down to large rounds, and the sizes are at the side of them. On these they go down to 0 on the flats, and down to 4 knots on the round detail brushes. Typically I've been using about a double knot, triple knot painting these figures because they are very small. And here they are in like rigger brushes sizes. It starts with a 2 at the top, then to a 0, then to a treble 0, and down to 5-0, 5-0 being very fine. To be honest, for figure painting, if you have a long thin brush like this, it's ideal, because really you only want the paint on the tip of the brush, and you want the paint to be watered down, not as it comes out of the pot. And here, this, I'll have to have a look on eBay if anyone does this set. I found this on Google Images, but it looks outstanding. You've got flat brushes, spots, liners, rounds, the professional miniature fine detail brushes, which will be for miniatures painters, and that just looks an astounding set. I'm having a rough guess it won't be cheap because it's got ergonomically designed handles as well. But there's a really good set of brushes there for detail painting, so I'm guessing it will be expensive. Anyway, as mentioned, here is the first one. I didn't do any zenithal highlighting on these, I just did straight into a flesh colour. And here we've put our first basic colours going in. The poses and detail on these figures is astounding. And yeah, it's got some further colours going in. And at this point I'd like to say to all my subscribers, thank you very much. To anyone who hasn't subscribed, why the hell not? And if you press subscribe, press the bell for notifications. And if you give a thumbs up, that'd be terrific. And anyway, here we are. There's some further detailing going on in these. And also at this point I'm using some washes and using some dry brush techniques as well. You can buy separate Vallejo washes, and you can buy Citadel washes. Also, Citadel do a great range of dry brush paints as well as effects paints. But here we are, further down the road again, some more detailing going in. And I've dry brushed. What I've done a wash on the faces, but it made them look like they had suntans in certain areas. So I've put some of the flesh colour I used, wiped most of it off the brush, and then dry brushed over where I'd washed. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and catch you in my next video. Bye for now.